Hey everybody, welcome to this week's live stream. I hope you're all doing good today. Hope you're beating the heat. I hear it's hot everywhere. It's actually not that bad here. It's still 84 degrees in the shop, but not as hot as it was last week outside. So anyway, like I said, hopefully you're staying cool out there. But today we are going to be casting some of the new 3D prints that we have this month. I'm super excited about these things. So let's switch to the overhead view. We're calling them Triple Helix. It's kind of hard to see. To get a contrast there, but you can see there's 3 swoops going all the way around this guy. So in the end pen blank, you can pretty much just not worry about this middle part. You're not going to really see that. That's going to be drilled out. So you're just going to have these swoops. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cast these guys in PVC pipes and fill with resin around all these little swirls. I think these are going to be so cool. Think about like how many different things you could do with these things with the resin. So I'm pretty excited about this. If you want to get in on the color selection, make sure to super chat. I mean, seriously, mind is blown. Like when Nikki showed me the designs on these things, I was like, oh man. We can have a field day with these things. You could put, just one single color if you wanted, and then have your, like kind of stripes or swoops going around in there. We could do tons of colors if you wanted to. You could probably kind of sort of stack colors. One thing that I thought of, and I want to hear you guys' suggestions on these things, because I'm only in my own headspace. I'm thinking from my own eyes. You guys might have some really awesome ideas, but I wanted to kind of toss out a few thoughts that I had first. I think it'd be kind of cool to just, usually the way that I do these types of things is I'll put the resin in the tube first and then let this thing kind of sink down. But I'm thinking that we might be able to, now I did see, who was it? Kim, I think, asked, do they fit tight? They don't fit tight like that. So you're not gonna really be able to like do one thing at a time. That's not going to work. Now, you could do that if, I think that if you, I don't have well, I thought I did. If you went with like a silicone mold, you might be able to. I think it would be pretty tough to get this to work like that. I'm not sure about that. I only have 7/8 diameter and these are 3/4, so I couldn't even try it if we wanted to. But you could, it could be maybe possible if you had a tight enough mold, but we don't today. But I'm thinking that if we stick this down in the tube and then we poured some stuff, we could still get some really interesting kind of sweeping with the resin. So what the game plan is today, we have quite a few of these things. I'm going to switch to the overhead again. What I decided was we're going to break these into a couple different like kind of groups. We're going to do like one set like this, 4, sorry. We're going to do one set of 4 with one color combination type thing. We're going to do another set of 4 with another color combination. And then we're going to do 2 sets of 2. Because that's how many I got printed out. So yeah, pick a color, Cheryl. Angel blue. I'm not sure what angel blue is. I gotta turn the volume down on my computer. Sorry for being a little bit late today. I swear I don't know. So the time is there's a conspiracy against me today on time. So I made it to the earlier stream for patrons late because of traffic. And then this one, I was like, oh, I'll be there on time because everything's good to go and we're all set. And then I decided to restart the computer just because there was a couple things that were acting funny. And I wanted to make sure there was no funny business going on for this stream. And of course, I turned it back on and the microphone doesn't work. And I had to figure that out. So I'm telling you, time is against me. Daryl picked purple. Nice. He forgot to do that's cool. We'll remind you how to do the super chats. It's been a while since we did color picking. Oh, it wasn't 103. Are you over in the UK, Peapod? Got to 113. Oh, that's so hot. I would just die. I mean, I'm complaining. It's like 84, 85 degrees in the shop, and I got to be honest. It's fine. I'm fine with it, but like after a while, it just gets tedious. Like on Monday, I just left the shop at like 4:45. I was like, I'm done. I can't handle this. Mark's in Pinot Red. I do have Pinot Red, actually. What I don't have is like every one of the eye candy colors. So a lot of times, I know Jake's sponsored by them, so he's got like every eye candy on the planet, and I don't know those colors as well. But to be honest, I mean, for the most part, I probably have something similar. And I just saw that, so Chad's going to be sending me the 10 karat, is it 10 karat gold? 14 karat gold, whatever. So I am going to actually have that specific one from eye candy, because I know a lot of people pick that here and there. I think that the poly color, gold metallic dust, I think that this is the same thing, but I mean, I gotta be honest, I hate these packets. It just sucks. One thing that really kind of annoys me is that, I sell the color shift powder, the blue to purple, and the problem is for you to pay for these containers, I mean, I would have to charge a lot more money just because it comes in a container. So I feel bad sending out things in baggies too, but I understand that. But when I'm buying them, I'm like, give me the thing in a jar so I can scoop it out. Nikki's here. I know. The funny thing is, so yeah, just to let everybody know, Turner's Warehouse only has certain colors. Like Chad went and picked, specific ones. If you go to the Eye Candy website, they have literally a billion colors, like Nikki said. And speaking of Nikki, thank you again for an amazing design. So Nikki designed these things. Just awesome. When I saw when she sent the the email with the files and it had a picture of it, I was like, oh my God, we're gonna have a field day with these things. Yeah, I know they are making more, huh? It's crazy. 80 and raining tomorrow. That's not too bad. Still 95. 95 in the workshop. That's too hot. I mean, like I said, it's just not comfortable when it's like 85 in the shop and you're working, but I mean, you can work in it. It's not a big deal. I find that after a while, and here's the other thing is, we've only had this where it's hitting like 85 in the shop, probably like for like a couple weeks. And the other problem is that first like 2 weeks of me having to work in that, eventually I reach a point where I'm just like, literally my brain is like, I'm dizzy almost, or, I can't concentrate that much. And so that's why I complain about it. I can sweat and do whatever. I don't really care about that. It just, after a while, it's weird. I can't explain it. Like heat, like I'd much rather be in cold weather because you can keep putting clothes on. There's only so many clothes you can take off, and eventually you're like, oh, I'm still hot and sweaty. And the other thing is I don't like running fans out here because it screws up my scales, actually. And it also kind of, if I'm turning, it blows dust around in the shop. So I don't really like fans particularly either. So I was going to look and see. Yeah, linkage. Okay, yeah. Broke the UK temperature. Yay, that's fun. Oh, I'm just very thankful this year so far. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. We have the Yosemite fire, but they got that under control, and we had a little bit of smoke. But I mean, last year, literally, I was gonna move away from the area for a while because it was so bad that it was like you were literally living in like a smoker. Like it was horrible. It was bad. So I'm really feeling bad for all the folks that are dealing with the wildfires over in Europe. Just 3 fans and a neck fan, yeah. One thing, just to let everybody know, one thing that actually does help, you'll have to kind of watch what you're doing with this with resins and stuff, but if you can wet your neck somehow, I mean, even if you just took like a paper towel or one of these like little paper towel shop towel things, if you just wet that and put it around your neck, I mean, I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference. But they make these other things that have like some kind of a salt, or I don't know what, something's in a rice or something like that, and you can like soak it in water and then it goes around your neck. I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference. My wife gets really overheated. Like a lot of times we'll ride our bikes into town for breakfast or something like that on our days off, and if she didn't have that, she would get like heat stroke. But that thing keeps her cool enough. on bike rides and stuff when it's like 97 out. So just to let you know, if you need to do something like that, that actually, and then if you add a fan in with that, oh man, your body temperature stays way lower, and mainly your head temperature, I think, is what it is. Yeah, Ace, I wish I had AC in the shop. I considered putting AC in the shop, like enclosing the resin part, but it's going to cost thousands of dollars. It's just like, Christina's here. How's it going? 93 in upstate New York. See, and the other thing is a lot of you guys have like 9,000% humidity too. Like, so it's, 95 or something like that outside. But it's like the humidity's like nil up here, Tahoe area. Silica. Yeah, I swear one of them has like rice actually in it or something. That's what Gretchen told me anyway. So Kevin was asking, can I show the pen with your blank? I don't have a pen with this one, with this model, I guess. I haven't made one yet, so I haven't made and turned one. We'll do that on Saturday. Yeah, Illumilite is going to set up pretty quick. All right, so let's see here. So Kim was asking, would painting the spirals with mica powder work? Not really, because you're just going to turn it away. So if you, well, I guess on the inside, I don't think it would do much. That is a good question. I wasn't thinking about the inside track. I was thinking the outside. That would just be turned away. Like maybe, but the problem is, unless you put some sort of a binder on there, it's going to kind of move around really easy. So I don't know if that's really a great option. Maybe. I'm not sure. So, okay, so we got Lelia's got light blue, Cheryl's got purple, and Mark wants Pinot. Let's see. Mutt Nuts, what's up? You wet the ring out and snap. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm telling you, it helps just to, like, yeah, the neck cooler things. Hey, there's Amy. What's up? Neck things are great. Hit 100 in New York. My brother and sister-in-law used to live in Rochester. It was pretty cool. We got to visit them. It was a really cool little town. Okay, so let's get rolling here. So let me put it out there to the 3 super chatters, and anybody else can pipe in. So we have red spirals, which I don't think that the Pinot red is going to really, it's just not going to be enough contrast. So I don't think that's a good option for that color. So we have white, and obviously these, you can put any color with it and it's going to look pretty wicked. So let's do, trying to think how to do this the best way. There's a couple things going on here. We were talking about how quickly the Illumilite's going to set up, because I'd like to use Illumilite. That's kind of my go-to. I like the shorter working time, but the problem is with the hotter temperature, it's going to set up a little bit quicker, so I have a little less time. 85 is still not, I mean, if it's like 90 something, you got to hustle. I got plenty of time, but for me to mix up a bunch of different things going on all at once, that gets a little tough. So let's try, let me see if I can go with, I think I can get like each one of the colors, because we have 4 right now, right? Let me just make sure. 4 super chats. And then Kim wants Starlight Glitter. I love that idea. Let me see if I can just get one of each of the colors, okay, in one of these, just a single. And then let's mix. We got 4. So we got 4 right now. I'm going to try and we're going to do one round real quick where we do the single color, all right? And then this one's going to be the glitter. What would you like? So Kim, what would you like to put with the glitter? What color? Because clear for a pen blank, not gonna be super awesome. Purple looks, I usually go with purple on those. But you could put any color if you wanted. we'll have to try to make it a little bit more see-through, I think, for the Starlight glitter. I think that'll make it look even better. And so I just want to make sure there's micro Starlight and there's Starlight. Okay. So let me. Oh, that's kind of cool, Nikki. I like that idea. So there's micro is the little specks. And then there's Starlight, which is the kind of chunks. Okay, so I just want to make sure we pick the right one. Kim wants purple. Yeah, we could do blurple with that. How about we do that? We'll do like the full-on blurple. But like I said, just let me know which the regular or micro. When I do blurple, I usually add a little bit of purple dye, and then we add color shift powder. Don't mind. So let's do the chunky one. We've been doing a lot more with the micro. So we'll do one of each of those colors straight up, and that I think I can mix up resin and get these done and not be like running around crazy, you know. And then I think what I want to do on the next round is like mix all the colors, like pour them one at a time down in on top of these. All right, so why don't we do that? And then we still need to figure out what to do with these red ones. That's going to be something a little bit different. You know, we would want probably more like solid. These might lend themselves a little bit to like more solid colors possibly. Definitely just lighter colors, you know, for sure. So let's get our book out. I think I'm going to hold off on the UV resin thing. Just because the problem is time is already against me, and that's going to take me forever to paint that and UV and do all that stuff. So we'll hold off, maybe do that down the road. Oh, I got glitter all over my book. And I got a lot of things that I have to do after the stream. So unfortunately, time is always against us, isn't it? Especially today. I really think I need to watch what I'm doing with time. I had to stop on the way in and get some groceries, and I was telling the lady that I'm kind of running a little bit late. I was already running a little bit later than I wanted to be before earlier. And I told her, I was like, I need to take some batteries out of the clock because I think it's running too fast. She liked that. How I feel today. It all started when I went for a walk and our neighbor just talked my ear off. But I hadn't talked to him for a while, and he's a good guy, so, you know. Add some of the gold to the red. Oh, man. Nice. Yeah, I kind of like the white with the red thing. Fun cup style pen blank. Yeah. Go big or go home. That's right. Okay, so we got our pen. Today is 7/20. Oh my God. I always get to like August and I'm like, oh, I can't wait for like fall. Give me some fall. Let's see here. So number one, we're going to do single colors. And we're going to do, let's see. So each tube is probably going to take, I want to say like, I'm just going to estimate like 50 grams per tube. And we're going to do 4 of them. So 50 times 4 is 200. I think because we're going to have to pour off into different cups and all that stuff, I think I'm just going to mix up 250. And then that'll give me a little extra possibly for the fun cup. Happy fun cup. So we're going to do Pinot Red. Pinot Red. We're going to do Blurple plus Starlight. We're going to do light blue. And we're going to do, what was the other one? A purple. Another purple. Right? Pinot. Cheryl was purple. Let me scroll up a minute. Let me see here. Let's see, hold on a minute. Dang it, I should have wrote that down. Cheryl, okay. Cheryl wants a purple, okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't have that wrong. Oops. And let's see here. So I got a really cool looking purple that I haven't tried yet called, so, I got two purples. We got two different directions. I'm going to give you a choice, Cheryl. Ultraviolet is like dark purple, and it's cool, but I've already seen it. So I want to, like, I don't need to see this again, but it is kind of cool, a darker kind of color purple. And then I don't think I've used this lilac, and that looks kind of nice too. So I just wanted to kind of give you those choices. If I have used this, I haven't used it very often, and I can't even remember what it really looks like. All right, so so we're going to do 3 sets, so I think we'll be okay. So I'm going to go off screen. I'm going to go and spray our pipes. I think I'm just going to spray all the pipes that we need. We got 12, 4, 8, 12. We got 12 of them, so I need to get a couple extra pipes here. 4 and 4. So we got 3 sets. And I'm just spraying them with Stoner mold release, the urethane one. I like the urethane one. I use it for epoxy and urethane resins. Alumilite Clear Slow is the urethane. I don't find it to be particularly like runny. There's another yellow canned Stoner, and it's Stoner brand again, that I really don't like. It's kind of, I guess it's actually kind of green. I'll show it to you. I have a can of it. That stuff is horrible. Really don't like that stuff. And then Alumilite also has one called Universal Mold Release. And there's other ones out there. These are just the ones that I know and use and have used, let's say. But Universal Mold Release, that stuff works for resins, all of them, and silicone too. So if you needed to do a 2-piece silicone mold, Universal will work. I think it's a little less, I think you kind of want to coat it even more with the Universal, especially on the silicone. You want to do it a couple times. If you're doing silicone to silicone pouring, but it works fine. So far I've used it. It's just I know I've been using Stoner, the purple one, the pink one, whatever, this one, for like 10 years, and so I know what to expect with that one for sure. Universal Mold Release, I haven't used a whole lot of. And I have links to these little plugs. These things are the greatest. I need to get another. Oh, I do. Oh, I think I have more. Sweet. I think I got some more, guys. I was like, I don't know if we have enough. These things are the greatest invention on the planet. You can get them at Turner's Warehouse, and they're linked down in the description below. And they got like every size, up to 4-inch. So I think we have enough. I used to use the ones that were just like slanted, tapered plugs, and they were okay, but these things work even better. And they also give you a little center hole. I'm gonna get all we got. Yeah, perfect. We got 12 of them. Okay, so we're just going to kind of wing it on the amount of mica powder. A lot of times, people always laugh at me. They're like, oh, you always talk about being accurate with, you're writing down all this stuff. And I think here's the thing. Sometimes I'll put like, oh, 1/4 teaspoon or something like that. And then I'll put like this heaping 1/4 teaspoon. I think the thing is like the minimum is whatever I write down. But I usually go for a little bit more. You can never put too much in. It's too little. So if you're going to put like 1/4, I usually kind of get a big scoop of it. So whatever you do, just make sure that you're doing it consistently. I think that's the big thing. If you write down something, like I know how to read my notes, kind of, like I know what I was thinking or what I typically do. So just keep doing it the same way, and that way, there's not going to be any issues. Someone else may not have a clue what you did, but you should be okay on your own notes. Okay, so I'm going to just get all these things plugged up here. Get all of our tubes plugged. So we can also do it kind of 2 different ways. Now on these single colors, that's not going to be very telling. But we can try, putting a lot of times the reason I pour the resin in and then drop the thing in second is because I want to make sure that we're not really trapping any air pockets or anything like that. That can happen if you pour over things sometimes. I don't really think that's going to be a problem with these prints. There's plenty of room for the resin to kind of flow around. But I want to try pouring the resin over the print that's already in the tube, and we can also try pushing the tube down in and see what happens. Nothing's going to happen on the ones that are just a single color. It's more for, if we do multiples. I always want more. Actually, I had forgotten that I had a bag of them. Casting beer caps, that's fun. Smoking a turkey, oh man. You guys, let's see, so what color do you want? Add pink and white to the red. Okay, I see it is. Hey Richard, how's it going? Okay, so I think we're good. So I think we're good on the super chats for colors. We got plenty of options now. We've got everything taken. We got the plan. If you want to super chat, I appreciate the support, but you're probably not going to get another color because we're out of we're out of things. What did I do? Do I have all of them? Okay, I don't need this one. All right, so let me see here. What's this? Where did that come from? That back. I'm going to put these away. I'm going to put these 4 away. Oh, I forgot to show you guys. So I finally decided this is gonna be the new Think Pink blank. This is the one made with the fuchsia from P-Town. I did do one other test. I wanted to see what it would look like using Divine Pigments, their opaque pink, and then adding macro pearl. And although I do like this, we're already gonna put a white pearl in with this. That's gonna be like the swirl. And I just kind of thought it was a little overkill. I like this better personally. So that's gonna be the new Think Pink blank. Those will be up on my website. And again, it's replacing the old one that was just solid colors. It was just a solid, like a dye color, pink and white. And I just thought that it needed a little bit of a facelift, kind of. So I really like this one. And I assembled a pen with this blank. I think that's a beautiful pen blank. And I think it's a lot better than the old ones. That's the main thing. I do definitely think it's an improvement over the old style, the old design, let's say. So going forward, they're not up yet because I haven't actually cast inventory yet, but they're going to be up on the website under the special editions. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, and I also wanted to drop, so in the description, there's already a link to this, but here's the link to the 3D print file to the Triple Helix blanks. There's that, and then I'm going to show you guys something. Let's see if this works. Desktop. That didn't really work. Window capture. Hold on a minute, guys. Let me... Hey, there's my website. Okay, so here's the home page, and you can either use these pictures and click, or on a phone just swipe. So in the future, it's going to be under Special Editions pen blanks. Okay. So this has all the different kind of like, you know, pearly colored things, and you know, other interesting stuff. So I guess it was already there, but it's going to be updated. So that's what the old one looked like. Like I said, the solid pink was kind of boring. So it's already under there. That's where they're located. All right. And actually, I'm going to go back to, just to let you guys know also, if you're looking for, all of my 3D print files are under the 3D print files section. You can either use the menu, or from the home page, just click on this guy. And we got all of the different designs that we have here that are all up. There's the new one. All right, so I just wanted to share that with you guys so you know how to... Oh, that's the wrong camera. You don't need to see my face. There we go. Okay. All right, Nikki. We'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for the awesome design. Let's see if I'm missing anything. Philip's here. What's up, man? Okay, so what do we got going on here? So we're going to do Pinot Red. That's a wine country color. I have it somewhere, I think. Pinot Noir. There it is, Pinot Red. I knew I had it somewhere. We got, oh, so did we get a light or a dark from Cheryl? Lilac, okay. Sorry guys, it's hard to keep on top of everything and keep my eye on the chat. We got that one, and then we got Pinot Red, Blurple, light blue, and then wait, Pinot Red, oh, Blurple. Yeah, we got all that. Okay. Why am I only seeing purple? Oh, light blue. Okay. Okay, so we got light blue, and that was, I think, who was that? That was Lilia. I got a couple of good ones. This aqua blue is pretty nice. On the lighter side of things, and then Carolina blue is also nice. Again, kind of on the light side. I think those are the two lightest blues that I have. I'm not sure what angel blue looks like. Is that an eye candy? I'm gonna look it up. No. Yeah, so I would probably say aqua blue. I don't know, it's kind of tough. A little bit different than that. It's a little different than both of these, the angel blue, but it's similar to both of them also. We're in the range of shades, so I'll let you pick Carolina or aqua. Let's see, I like aqua. Okay, so we got our colors. Whew. Are we ready yet? I need to mount this camera somewhere else. I'm sick of that thing bouncing every time I open and close my drawer. Why? Need to get it on a gimbal or something, I guess. Oh, and I also wanted to share, I had one other thing. So I finally got these, the matchsticks and the yarn blanks cut up. Look at those crazy things. Those are going to be fun. So these will go into the mystery boxes for everybody. And again, for anybody that gets one of these, you're going to want to paint the inside of the blank. Not the tube, I don't think, on these. Go for painting the inside of the blank itself, and you'll get the best results. I think these are going to really look cool. I could definitely see like white, you know, or you could maybe go black. That might kind of darken things up a little bit, but it would look kind of cool. And that might bring your focus more to like the materials a little bit more if you went with black. I don't know. Either way, you can pick any color really, but those are pretty cool looking, I think. So again, big thank you to Gene for sending in the fun materials to cast. Okay, so we got our stuff. We're gonna mix up 250 grams. Are you guys ready yet? I know we've been messing around for forever. Oh man, I gotta fill my jugs. Whoops. I think we'll be all right. So 125 times 2. We're on the right camera, right? Yeah. There we go. Whoa. Ooh, we're getting so close. Just a little bit more. Close enough. Okay. 125.1. That's pretty darn close. I'm good with that. Zero that guy out. Oh man. You know what I want to get, I think the solution to this part B with Alumilite Clear Slow, because this thing, no matter how often I wipe this thing off and do all this, I'm thinking that the way to go is just put a plug in this thing, like a silicone, in this case, a tapered plug, I think might be the way to go on this thing to keep it covered, because it just sticks every single time. It's ridiculous. I liked my pumps, but they were super ridiculously expensive, and they don't even have them anymore. So anyway, because I always just threw them away and got a new one after a while. All right, so we got our part B open. 125 again. Ooh. Oh, I went over. That'll be okay though. You got a little leeway with Alumilite Clear Slow. You don't want to go too far, because if you throw the ratio off too far, you're gonna run into problems. It's not gonna cure properly, but you know, 0.6 grams in this case with this much resin, you're gonna be okay. All right, just to let you know. But if possible, I always recommend shooting for as accurate as you can possibly get right off the bat. Yeah, you got to watch yourself on Amazon. They'll get you, some of those people. Yeah, definitely make a plug. Well, I think I might even have a tapered plug. One of the Turner's Warehouse plugs might actually even fit in there. I don't know. I don't know what dimension that hole is, but it's just that stupid cap. I mean, like, I don't know. It's just really kind of annoying me at this point. So, okay, I need some cups. I need to focus, guys. I need to focus. We're gonna need, I really need some smaller cups, I think. 50 grams or so. And let's see how much, I don't know how much these hold in grams. Let's just see if 50 grams is not going to be like overflowing this thing. How many do we have? 4? Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I can deal with that. Good to have lots of different size cups on hand. I'll probably actually go a little bit higher than 50. Oh, that one's got 56. Oh, don't spill the resins. That's like way on the side. Put that back in the middle there. $55 seems like a good idea. Somewhere in that neighborhood. 54, that's fine. $50, yeah, 200. We got 50 extra divided by 4 is, we could actually go to 70, huh? I actually think 55 is enough. Plenty, in fact. Oh, that one's got 56. Okay. We got them all. All right, let's see here. We're gonna do a little bit of Pinot. Oh, I forgot to put how much. I'm gonna put like a 1/4 teaspoon in of just the regular micas, and then we'll do a little bit different on the blurple. A 1/4 teaspoon of Pinot. That's a really good red. That's a wine country mica. Casey did pretty good picking colors for that. Lilac, another 1/4. That's a nice looking color too. I like that. I can't wait to mix all of these colors together. I think that's going to be pretty fun. I'm excited to see the singles though. It's amazing. Sometimes you don't need to overdo things, right? You know, like just having some white sweeps with a single color is all you really need to make a nice looking pen, you know? Pour extra for the fun cup, I know. And hopefully I don't run out of time here. I've been kind of messing around. So I'm gonna add just a tiny drop of purple dye. We're gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon of blurple. That's my blue to purple color shift powder. That's available on my website under the casting supplies section. Blurple, and then we're going to do Starlight. Let's just go with another, like a 1/4, or a good size 1/4 teaspoon. Thick 1/4 teaspoon of Starlight glitter, and this is also under the casting supplies section. And we have a little bit left just in case. I don't think we're going to need it. We will fun cup that. Oh yes. I love the blurple mix. That's such a fun. I only have one color shift powder on my website because I love this one and I didn't want to have to rely on some other company. A lot of times they change things or they get rid of things and I'm like, I want to figure out, I want that one all the time. That's just, it's spacey looking to me. I love this. I love that with the Starlight and everything. Okay. Quarter teaspoon for 50 grams or so is a pretty, that's quite a bit of mica powder. So I'm definitely not particularly worried about these being like see-through, you know, or whatever. However, I still think that you're best off if you got a mica powder pen blank, you're just best off painting the tube and not worrying about it. You know, because there's nothing worse than getting done with your pen and then seeing the brass through. And even though these things should be as opaque as possible, I mean, this is quite a bit of mica powder in here, I still wouldn't just trust it. You know, paint it white or paint it black or something like that, just so that it's not brass, because it just doesn't look particularly good, that brass color shining through, you know. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to pour these in first. I just that way. The reason I do the pour the resin in first and then dunk stuff down in when I can is just because that's going to trap the least amount of bubbles. I'm not going to fill it to the top. I'm going to fill it most of the way just so it doesn't overflow on me when we're putting these things down in. Oh, it's getting thick. Wow, what? Uh-oh. I didn't put a... I was like, it's not filling up. I didn't put a plug. I knew that we had one extra plug. Sorry, Lelia. That one's not gonna... God. Why is this tube lower than the other ones? Oh, man. Yep. I'm okay. And then we'll drop this down in. Look at that. Somebody's an idiot. That's what that is. Wow. I don't think I've ever done that before. That was exciting right there. I was like, it's like bigger on the inside. Like a... what are those things called? The phone booth things. Can't think of the word. My brain is exploding right now. Man, that just kind of sucks. Wasting that much resin. Okay, so I kind of want to clean some of this up because off of this thing because it's just going to get everywhere. Well, that's about as good as I can get it. I'm going to get it off the bottom so it's not all over my pressure pot. That was ridiculous. Clean up aisle 7. Okay. And we'll pop this guy. Let's see, we're going to go to the intro view. I can't wait to read the comments on this one. You guys are going to be laughing at me. Into the pressure pot we go. Maybe. Gotta loosen those screws up more. So we'll get this thing tightened down and then pressurize it to 60 psi. See, this is the problem with the heat in the shop. Makes me an idiot. Okay, and I love that pressure pot. Now, I would normally just leave this and then clean it up tomorrow, but I need to work here tonight, so we got to do some cleanup aisle 7. But first, and I figured out a solution to how you can kind of keep this thing, well, sort of. Can you guys see that? Not really. I don't want to get resin everywhere. Maybe if I put it right there, you can see. So I figured out if I just stick the mold, my cup in this mold, we can get kind of like, I saw this, Ben over at Ben's Works does this. He pours his fun cups sideways, so they're not just, you know, straight flat layers. I thought that was brilliant. Oh, these things are pretty thick. I'm going to try and clean, like, I don't know if I can pick up some of this. This is going to be a mess. I think I can get maybe some dye in that clear. I'm just going to drop some orange dye in here. Mix it in. That'll mix kind of quick. Oh, that's getting pretty thick. I think we can do it though. Definitely going to be bubbly. All right. Now, I need to kind of clean this up a little bit. I think I'm going to put this a different direction. So all the resin is kind of at a different angle. I'm going to put that off screen here. Do it. There we go. All right. So I'm going to try and clean this up a little bit because I really don't like messes and I don't like sticky fingers particularly. I can't believe I was just kept pouring it. What's going on? What's wrong with this? Like I said, typically what I would recommend if you do this is just like let it cure and then rip it all off the next day or whatever. But I don't really have that luxury today because I need to not only do the stream, I need to also, so I'm just going to pour a bunch of acetone on this. Not that hard to clean up if you can clean it up right away and you need to keep, working or whatever. Acetone will clean it up. You could probably just use denatured alcohol as well. And that'll get you back in the game. Acetone, I think, will... I don't think it's particularly good for silicone. I definitely would not clean a silicone mold with acetone. But in the case of these little mats, I don't really care about these things that much, So I use acetone because I just want to clean it up really quick. But like I said, on your like I wouldn't on a mold that I care about, that I actually am going to be making things with, I would never use acetone on that. It will kind of dry it out and screw it up. It'll definitely decrease the lifespan of your mold. And people even say that denatured alcohol can do that too, but I don't find that it in most cases it really causes that much harm to them. Maybe if you did it every day, I don't know. Maybe Philip can chime in on that. But I use denatured alcohol to clean molds all the time, and I don't really think that that's a big deal. But I think acetone's a lot harder on silicone. But for a mat that's just meant to kind of pick up spills, I just don't really care. It's not really going to harm it enough for me to worry about it. Okay, so that should be a little bit better. It might be a little sticky here and there. But let me stop and, oh man. I know, I saw that leak on your mold. Oh man. Bill says, we are laughing with you. Oh man. Chris was asking about coasters and spoon rests. For the most part, you could use just about anything. Other people probably have. Yeah, Frank, that's a pretty good idea. Liquid diamonds is a good one. If you don't have a pressure pot, go with one that's got a long working time. One of those oak rod. Am I making ribbons? That was a good one. I like that, Richard. Oh man. Now I know. Now I know what that extra plug was for. Oh man. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna want to do like a trivet out of resin. I don't know. I mean, you could, but I don't think it's gonna live that long. Especially like many of the epoxies, really can't handle, it'll kind of like deform. It's gonna be okay, but it's not the best option. There's other things out there, other materials that I think are a better idea. All right, so I have resin in this tube, so there's not much I can really do about that. So I'm just going to put it aside, and I'm going to get another tube, because we still got to do the aqua blue. We can still get that in. It's just not on that last, not on the last one. Okay, so let me spray this with some stoner. I'm just going to kind of do it aiming off of away from here. I'm going to get my plug that I put back in the thing. I swear I looked at all of them too. Oh man. That's going to be the aqua blue one. Okay, so on this one we're going to do the same colors, but we're going to mix them all in. We're going to pop these, we can pop these guys in right now. I'm going to do the 4 that way. Okay. All our tubes are the same. I'm looking. We have plugs in all 4 of them this time. Yes. I was like, what? Why isn't it filling up? I'm running out of resin here. And then it dawned on me. Then it all came to light. I was like, oh, there's no plug in this. That's why. Okay, so we're going to need, and 50 was enough per thing, like 55, let's say. That was plenty. Let's estimate 60 on this, and then we can pour some extra in our Happy Fun cup. So number 2, multiples. Same colors. So basically we're just going to set this up the same way. We're going to have Pinot, Blurple, light blue, and purple, lilac. We're going to, mix each one of those up, and then we're just going to kind of pour them, in succession on this. But what I'm going to do is we're going to mix up more of the aqua blue. We're going to double that basically. So I need a little bit bigger cup for the aqua. But these little guys, I think these are 2-ounce cups, maybe 3-ounce cups. If you're doing like 50 ounces, 3-ounce cups should work. I just want to let you guys know that. Now, I would watch out though. I would not want to mix resin in these. This is fine to pour into and use as just something to hold the resin once it's already been mixed up, and then dump out. But you got significant ridges and all this junk going on where you're going to trap, whatever you pour in there first, the part A or the part B. It's going to be really hard to get it all mixed in. Okay, so just kind of watch that on certain, especially like mainly the plastic cups. Paper cups are not so bad, not nearly as bad. You don't really have ridges and stuff in most of the paper cups, but some of them can be wax lined, and that is bad. You don't want that. I know, it's like a minefield trying to figure out what's going on with all these things, isn't it? All right, so 50 times, we're doing 5 this time. Redo on let's see, so this one was aqua blue, purple was lilac, redo aqua. All right, so we're doing 50, let's see, sorry, actually we're doing 60 times 5, which is 300, right? And that's 150 times 2. We're doing Pinot, Blurple, plus Starlight, light blue, and lilac. Oh, sorry, aqua blue. Okay, so we have our game plan here. And I'm actually, because I have the choice, I'm going to actually drop this in. Like I said, given the choice, I'd rather drop things in to the resin rather than pour over it. So I'm going to do that on this one. Well, okay, so get our cup ready, 150 times 2. I'm going to need some more resin, I think, before we finish, but do that in a second. So 150, almost lost the cup there. 148. Oh, not bad, 150.1. Whew, gotta make dinner. Well, I hear that. I hear that. Heat resistance up to 500. Just be careful with the terminologies, though. There's heat deflection and there's heat. There's all these different things. What I would really recommend is not contact. Don't just search on a website. I would honestly recommend just contacting the company directly and asking them. I want to use this as a trivet. There's going to be, so many degrees of temperature sitting on this. Is this a good idea? I think that's a better way to go than just or just double check when some of these specifications say like the heat deflection, and there's like different weird terminologies that may or may not actually mean what you're thinking in every case. So just words of caution before you go and buy a bunch of resin. It's always best to just contact the company. And that's why I always recommend, it doesn't matter what brand you use, but use a brand that actually has technical support. Don't just buy the cheapest thing on Amazon, because there's nobody to contact, really. And if there is, it's a kind of a low likelihood that they speak English. So, probably not going to be very helpful. They probably don't understand the types of things that you're doing anyway. Whereas tech support at a bigger resin company that has a budget for tech support, they usually have people that are doing testing and understand, what you're trying to do a little bit more. All right, so we'll mix this up. I think we're going to do good on this one. What do you guys think? Date night, nice. Oh man, yeah, my wife is in San Francisco. She's doing a little kind of a work kind of retreat, so I don't know. Really, it's a vacation, I think. We're gonna call it what it is. She's over there. I could have gone, but I don't really love San Francisco in the first place, and I had a lot of work to do. So it's cool. But I gotta make dinner for myself now. She usually cooks. She's so good at it that we just early on decided that for the most part, you can handle the cooking, I can do the dishes. Because I'm really good at that. You guys saw how quickly I cleaned up that spill. Think about it. We're gonna go to, let's see, 60, we're gonna go to 120 on the aqua or so. Maybe a little less than that, because count for some resin sticking to the cups. Okay, so we got aqua. I'm going to put 2/4 teaspoons in this because we doubled our recipe. A little bit more for good measure. Why not? We got our aqua blue done. I'm going to need to go get another cup, I think. And then we need 60 or so in this. But I'll tell you what, I can make one heck of a stir fry. And scrambled eggs, there is nobody better. Scrambled eggs. I can make one hell of a quesadilla too. Quesadilla. And 60, let's see, I'm gonna grab a paper towel here. We're just gonna do about 58, that's good. And then I can just use this cup. All right, so Pinot. Put that in there. Lilac. and Blurple mix. Let me get these things out of the way so I can get to my cup here. And I think it would be a smart idea to cover all of my mica powders so I don't get resin or whatever in them. Because if it's possible, I'll do it. So blue to purple color shift. And Starlight glitter. And a drop of purple. Just a tiny drop. Okay, so stick there, I'm gonna stick there. Bigger stick for the aqua. I'm gonna mix this up, and I'm actually gonna pour this aqua first, real quick, the half of it. Into our center tube there, and then drop our 3D model in on top of the resin since it's just a single color. Okay, here we go. Again, I like to go about, you know, like 2/3, 3/4 of the way up. With these ones, there's a little bit less of actual like print than some of like the pinstripes. Wow, these are going to be so cool. So I'm not as worried about it overflowing, but that was pretty close. Looks like. Okay. All right, we need to get these things covered out of the way. I think we'll probably kind of pour these. Here's the tough thing. You don't want it super thick because it needs to flow into the tube. But you want it to be thicker than, you know, you want to wait a little bit so that the colors don't just bleed all together. Now, I think if the colors bled together in this case a little bit, it's not really going to be that big of a deal. But we want to minimize that. So we got to kind of play in the middle. Where I would probably pour if I was doing normal color swirl blanks, it's probably lower, or I mean, it would be a higher temperature in normal cases. With the temperature in the shop right now, I've been finding like 125 Fahrenheit. The temperature of the resin is kind of the sweet spot, maybe 130. Getting to the point where it's thicker. So let's see where we're at. I have a feeling we're going to be pretty close to pouring time. Oh, not bad. 10. Oh, that's fluctuating all over the place. What is this one at? 110. Actually, this aqua is probably a really good indicator. 111, 12. So we're going to pour probably around like, I don't know. Let me look at the viscosity of this. Yeah, it's still pretty thin. I think we're getting pretty close. Somewhere like 115 to 120 range, which I think is where we're at. Plus, it's going to take me some time to actually pour all this stuff. So like, I'm getting all kinds of weird numbers on that one. I don't know what's going on. 115. I'm going to call it good. So we're just going to kind of pour a little bit. Keep in mind, some of it's going to go in the center part of the tube, which is just going to be cut away, basically. So just know that. Oops, I did that wrong. I need to do the purple in all of them real quick. And some aqua. And some blurple. Where are we at here? Back to the red. Kind of full here. Starting to fill up really quick. I'm wondering if we actually got the center tubes filled, because that would be a place where you could get air pockets kind of trapped in there. But I don't know. Everything looks like it's full, so I think we just have extra resin. So we're going to get this guy popped into the pressure pot, and we'll switch to this view. You can't really see. There we go. Check these out. I think those are going to be pretty wicked. I like that. Kind of helps to keep those layers separated a little bit more than if you just dumped them into the tubes, you know. It's kind of running down those channels. And even though they're not, you know, you couldn't just pour the you know, each stripe basically, or whatever spiral thing. It's still kind of keeping things intact, you know what I mean? Okay, so now we got this guy. Just kind of put it like that. Dump our resins in here. That's kind of not a whole lot of red left. We got some lilac though. Ooh, it's getting sticky. And some blurple. Super sticky. Wow. It's close to popsicle territory. Okay. So we got some Happy Fun Cup. That thing is going to be one of the most wicked Happy Fun Cups I've made. Okay, so, whew, where are we at here? I'm just going to switch to the intro view for a minute. I'm going to clean up some of these little resin spills. And I'm going to check and see what the chat is up to. See what you guys are doing. So on our third and final thing here, we're going to do the red ones. So we got some red ones. And we're going to do some gold and some pink and white. So we're going to do 2 of each. That should be pretty fun. Sticky resin on my fingers. See, this is the reason everyone's like, "Oh, you're so anal about cleaning things up." I know, but most of you guys are probably not grabbing mouses and cameras and all that stuff until you take your gloves off. That's why I hate it, because then the mouse is sticky and you're like, "Ugh, sticky mouse is terrible." Let's see here. I know the drop-in is like my favorite thing also, is because it's like, I need to get some reels of those. I always forget to get the camera set up for that stuff. Yeah, the fun cup this time is gonna be, that's gonna be a fun one. I'm glad I thought of that, because I was like, how do I keep it angled? What do I you know, like, am I gonna have to build some kind of crazy thing? And then I realized that my faux burl molds are like that. Space color? I'm not sure what the space color is. Let me know what the space color is. Asthma, yeah, not fun. All right, so let me also put away some stuff while I'm waiting for the answer there. So we got some of that kind of 10 karat gold. Like I said, I don't have the stuff from Turner's yet. I don't have the actual 10 or 14 or whatever karat gold from Eye Candy. They are sending it though. I saw that it was in my most recent Happy Fun box. So, but it'll be nice to have that on hand so that we can, when people ask for it, we got it. But I think that I have the same type of thing. I think it's pretty much literally exactly the same thing. So we're gonna go with this metallic gold dust. And I think we're just gonna do the gold with red. And then we wanted, Bill wanted pink and white. Is that right? Pink and white. Bill just, oh man, where was it, Bill? I'm scrolling, trying to find it. Sorry. There it is, Bill. It was before that. Pink and white to the red, okay. Pink and white. So why don't we do, dang it, there is sticky all over my mouse. Ugh, I hate that. Like, that's fine as long as I'm wearing gloves. And I take the gloves off and I got sticky real fingers. Ugh. Need to go get some denatured alcohol. One other thing to note, guys, acetone will like melt some plastics completely. So I don't know if you know that. Just be aware of that. It's literally will just kind of melt certain plastics. So I always use denatured alcohol when I need to clean off something like that, like a mouse, or clean out a cup. Like acetone would probably, I think PET, like it'll dissolve PET for sure. Which is usually the like rigid clear plastics. So just to let you know, keep your eyes peeled on that one. Watch yourself. Okay, so garnet, let's see, so red and the gold metallic dust, and then pink. So why don't we do the pink, let's do this combination with the bubblegum pink, divine pigments, and then we'll add macro pearl into that, because that is kind of a neat looking color. And then we'll do white. We'll just do the, let's go with solid white on this one, all right? Like a dye. That way it's a little bit different. That was the problem that I had with that, the pink and white pen blanks, is it's like, well, it's got this kind of sparkle stuff, but we're putting white pearl. So let's just do solid white with a pink with the pearl. And if anybody asks, one of the reasons I don't love using white dyes, like you know, having to add this when you're doing color swirls, because it sinks like a rock. So it just makes things harder. And for somebody that's like constantly making blanks, I'd rather have things that I'm pretty confident are not going to get screwed up every time, you know, every other time. So a lot of times I go for things like that. But in this case, let's try it out. Just know that this is a really heavy dye. it's going to want to sink. So you got to kind of wait a little bit longer on this one. Yeah. Let's give that a shot, okay? Okay. Let's switch to... Yeah, solo cups will melt. Oh, yeah, I don't do interference colors. I use my blurple. Yeah, so I call that Aurora, is the effect that I call that. I have a video on how to do that. I think it's, I haven't done that for a long time, but what I do is I put less. So it's the same thing as blurple minus purple dye. You know, so a lot of times when we're doing the blurple thing, I add the dye. The Aurora effect, I don't add any dyes to it. It's just a very specific amount. I actually don't remember exactly offhand what amount per amount of grams or whatever. But I use less of the blurple, the color shift powder. Like I want to say it's maybe like a 1/4 teaspoon per 200 grams of resin, something like that, maybe an 1/8 teaspoon per 200. And so it's extremely see-through and it's just nebulous. And then I add the starlight glitter. And so it's kind of this like Aurora effect looking type of thing. So it's pretty cool. I actually have a video on that. Let's see here. I'm going to go and see if I can find it. Channel. Okay, so I'm going to copy, I'm going to share, copy, and paste. Oh, that's the wrong place. Pop this guy into the chat. So if you want to see that, that Aurora effect, how I do that, because we're out of things to do today, but we'll try and do that down the road on the stream. All right, so let's get rolling here. What do you guys think? Pink. We got pink. We're going to do divine plus macro. Let me just make sure I got everything here. We got it all. No, we're not doing that. We're doing, yeah, we are. I don't know what's going on. The heat is getting to me, guys. The heat. I'm going to blame the heat, even though I don't think that's doing anything to me today. Okay, so we got our little thingy right here. Let's get our notebook out, number 3. We're doing, and I'm also going to put white prints. And then we're doing red prints on this one. And so we got 4 tubes. That's it. Some of the other stuff that I forgot to put. So 4 PVC pipes. 3/4 inch, and we're using slow set clear. That's the other stuff. I put what mold and what resin as well. Technically this one was 5 times. So 4 times 3/4 inch PVC and slow set clear. That's what I just call it slow set clear. Okay, so we're doing again, 50 grams is probably plenty, but we're going to add a little bit more for the Happy Fun Cup. So we'll estimate again 60 times 4, 240. That's 120 times 2. And then we're going to do, let's see here, we're going to just do 2 of them. We're going to just have the gold metallic. Dust. We're going to need 120 grams total for that, or so. And then we're going to do pink and white. So we're going to need 60 grams for the pink, 60 grams for the white. And the pink is going to be, let's see, 60 grams. Let me just look and do some math. We're going to add a gram of pink, bubblegum pink divine pigments, plus a quarter teaspoon macro pearl, or they call it macro sparkle, whatever, same thing. And then we're going to do white, 1 gram of white dye. Okay? I don't need the giant jug of white dye. Okay. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are the plugs in use? We got 2. We got 4. We got plugs. I'm just going to put these all on the same side here, I think. If I can get to them. Yeah, I don't want to see that again, personally. That's just mean, you guys. That's just mean. Jeez. Why would you wish that on someone? Okay, so we need 240 grams, 120 times 2 to mix up all the resin we need. Wow, I think we're going to get through it with this stuff. That's one of the nice things about, doing the PVC pipes is you don't have to use, all those corners are already knocked off. We're not adding that resin. Oops, I added a little bit more than I needed. So we're going to add 122.5 of part B. We'll be fine. 122.5. But you can save some resin, Quite nice. 122.5. Doesn't really matter what the first number is. It really matters what the second one is. The second part. You kind of need to nail that one for sure. Okay, so we got our resin. We're going to need one of these cups, and we're going to need one of the small ones. And then the rest can be in that bigger cup. Okay, let's do this. So you don't feel alone in such mishaps. Oh, it happens all the time. Oh man. Not that often on the stream. I haven't done too many things, but you've seen me mess things up. The worst is when you got a mold like the type of mold you had, where it's like hot glued together and all that stuff, or like the big one is like I have totally on making silicone molds had those things leak all the time. The master that you're, because you're like just hot gluing a bunch of like fiberboard pieces or whatever together. Is it fiberboard? I don't know, whatever that stuff is. The foam board. That's why I'm like, hot glue is cheap. Just glue the heck out of it. Put 10 coats on. I really can't say that I've ever just dumped resin into a cup or into a tube like that and just poured it straight out though. I have picked up a mold that had like a plug or tape or something on the bottom, and it is just dumped. That was a fun one. You're like, oh, that's wonderful. Things flew. Words were said. Okay, we got about 120 in there. So we're going to go 2 teaspoons of this gold, 2 quarter teaspoons. 2 times 1, so a half teaspoon is what we're doing. Let's just call it what it is. It'd be much easier, I think. So I got my half teaspoon out. We're going to dig into this packet because I love digging in packets. They're so clean. This stuff gets all over anyway. And then it's in a packet. All right, so that's, let's go with a full teaspoon. Just for good measure, you know what I mean? Yep. Yeah, glitter everywhere, guys. Because really that's all that stuff is. I wouldn't even call it a mica powder. Really just glitter. Everybody loves glitter, right? Did I do this right? What's going on here? Well, I didn't do that right. I don't know what's happening at this point. That was supposed to be in there. But that's okay. I think it's the same amount. We're pretty close. Let's see. Okay, so we got 60. Let me just see how much resin is actually in this thing. I think it should be 60. Be half and half. Yeah, we're pretty close. It didn't really matter which one of those two I poured it into. All right, so we want 1 gram of pink dye. A lamb butter mold. I'm not even sure what that is. Those words don't seem to like really go together. Just saying. Make sure you get a food safe silicone. So. Okay, so we got a gram. Whoops. Got a gram there, and then we're going to put some macro sparkle in there. 1/4 teaspoon. Macro sparkle is like white pearl, glitter kind of stuff, similar to that gold. Basically, it's kind of the same type of material, like a macro pearl. I don't know. I don't even know if it's really mica powder though. That's the thing. It's more like a glitter. Okay, so we got, I'm going to go with one of these types of things. I think I might go for a 1/2 teaspoon of this macro sparkle. Yeah, we're gonna go a little bit more macro. Because I realized I don't actually need as much of the pink as I put in. So it's kind of like super opaque. Could have gone for a little bit less dye and the macro sparkle would have probably come out a little bit more. There we go. Load up more macro. Okay, so we got that. And we need 1 gram of white dye in this thing. All right, so we got those two. We can dump our gold in right now and then pop our models, 3D prints it down in. Okay. Boom. I love it. And they even kind of twist a little bit. Don't miss it. Oh, there they go. And we can already pour our gold in the Happy Fun cup because look at that. Isn't that neat? We got all kinds of different things going on. I'm going to put it this way this time. All right. Oh, actually, I want to clean that off. Reuse my stick. Okay. So now we're just waiting for this stuff to get to the right temp. We're going to put these guys down in this time. Let's see where we're at here. I want to wait for about 120 maybe. So we're 117 right now. That is golden. Oh, you make the butter in the shape of a lamb or turkey? I've never even seen that before. That's crazy. Yeah, you can totally do that. There's lots of chocolate ones too. So I know the Amazing Mold Maker is FDA approved. I love this. This is my favorite silicone at this point. Let me just read this. Yeah, conforms to FDA 21 CFR. So Amazing Mold Maker. This stuff is awesome. I love this stuff. It's super quick. I don't even vacuum degas it. I don't think that it really needs it for most things. And the demold time is 30 minutes. Like, you're like ready to pop it out in 30 minutes. But it says the full cure is 24 hours. And if you're going to be doing stuff with food, I would definitely follow that number. Okay? Don't be messing around. For resin, I mean, I've literally cast stuff. Okay, I messed around a little bit too long there. Let's get these things going. Gonna be a little bit thick. I didn't do that very equally, did I? Well, it's okay. Oh man, this stuff is getting really thick. Not have waited that long. Okay, into the pressure pot you go. I'm not gonna wait to move cameras because this stuff is setting up on me. It's getting thick. Thick and chunky. So I want to get pressure on this as soon as possible. All right, and then we'll pull over our Happy Fun Cup. Pink and gold. And white. Kind of blobby. Okay, we'll move the Happy Fun Cup out of the way. Unplug our air. Put away this thing really quickly. Oh, what just happened? And there we have it, guys. Intro cam. I think that's it. Oh, what just happened? My Fun Cup fell over. We don't want Fun Cup falling over. All right, so let me see if I missed anything real quick. Okay. That gold is better than the one you have? Which one do you have, Jen? That's a pretty good gold. Another really good one is Eye Candy's, which I think is exactly the same, but it doesn't come in a freaking pouch. I don't like the pouch thing. That really makes me angry. Eye Candy's got, I think it's either 10 karat or 14 karat gold. Let me go get you a link, because I can do that for you. I think. 10 or 14 karat gold. What's it called? Oh, that's not gonna. Oh. How about that? Eye Candy. Metals. 14 karat nugget gold. 14 karat nugget. That's what it's called. Okay, we figured it out. And I think it's the same exact thing. If you want to wait, I'm getting one. I was saying I'm getting that sent to me. It's in a box that's coming. But I didn't, that's not my, is that my, I messed that up? Just in case, I might have messed that up. Here's the other one. No, that's okay. That one was fine. Never mind. Yeah, so I think that one, and it comes in a cup, which is nice. Yeah, the pouches are terrible. Oh, yeah, you don't want to get just an Amazon one. You want to get that, because it's that chunky stuff. It's totally different. It's tough to find good, like what I find to be good golds, for which they don't even sell it anymore, but just the regular mica powder. I think, well, it comes in a pouch again, but whatever poly color, whatever their gold is a pretty good color. But I liked their Illumidust one before, which I think, like I said, is the same. Olympic gold isn't too bad from P-Town. I still like the other one better, but yeah, I tend to agree that 14 karat, the chunky stuff, I think is good. And so I'm pretty sure that it's like the same exact thing, that 14 karat, but I will verify for sure. We will do a head-to-head and make sure that it's like what I think it is. You know, the same type of thing. Same type of thing. All right, so again, guys, the 3D prints are available on my website now. And there's a link down in the description below. And I have lots of them, you know, they're all still up there, all the 3D printing files. Here's a link to the Helix, the Triple Helix that we did today. Should be pretty sweet. I can't wait to see what these things look like. Is there anything else? There's other links too down in the description to like the plugs, the silicone plugs at Turner's Warehouse. I love those. Those are a game changer if you're doing vertical pours in PVC pipes. And again, they have like from 1/2 inch all the way up to 4-inch plugs. So you can get whatever you need, and they work great. They last forever. The one thing that I will say that will also help keep them, keep the plugs from like, you know, getting damaged. You know, when you cut your PVC pipe, a lot of times the, excuse me, a lot of times the inside lip is like really sharp. And so you put your plugs in and out and it kind of destroys them. It demolishes them. It kind of rips them. Let me get a drink. And what I recommend, hold on. What I recommend is take a little piece of sandpaper after you've cut your pipes and just kind of run over that inside edge, and it'll keep your plugs from like kind of getting ripped, basically. An example is this, and this is because my pipe was really sharp and I'd be shoving these things in and it would get all jacked up. So to keep it nice and pristine like this, just round over that inside edge of your pipe and it will last. I mean, the messed up ones still work, but you know, the bottom of the blank is going to be all chunky and all that stuff. So you're better off just taking 2 seconds with a piece of sandpaper and just, or a file is another way to do it. Just take a file and just kind of go over that, chamfer that edge, and they don't get messed up like that. Let's see here. Is there anything else? Oh, and the Think Pink blanks will be coming. Oh, I'm having a sale. We're having a sale, guys. I almost forgot. Bling, yeah, that's it. So the glitter blanks are also on sale this week. I almost forgot about that. We have it in, make sure you guys are signed up to the newsletter, because you know, when I forget things like this, we have it in there. So the glitter blanks are on sale. So that's all the, you know, the tinsel glitter ones, all the different colors, plus the like clover and, you know, all those types of things. Those are on sale right now. I think they're 15% off. I don't even know. We're having sales. I don't even know what's happening right now. Let me look it up to make sure, so I'm not telling you. Yeah, 15% off. It just makes, yeah, 15% off on glitter blanks, guys. And so, but when you check out, type in the word discount code BLING. BLING is the secret password, okay? So when you're checking out, just type that BLING into the thing, and you get 15% off on those blanks. How about that? We got all kinds of stuff going on, guys. So anyway, I appreciate you guys all joining the fun tonight. I can't wait to see how these things turn out. Big thank you to everybody that super chatted as well. You guys picked some awesome colors. I cannot wait to see how these things turn out, and I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with what you guys come up with on these things if you print them out. Make sure to tag me on Instagram or Facebook. On Instagram, just at Resinworks Studio, or on Facebook, I think it's the same thing. Is that how it works? At Resinworks? Yeah. You just type the @ symbol and then just pull me up, Resinworks Studio. It's better if you do it that way, because I don't check my personal one that often. So don't do @ Zach Higgins, do @ Resinworks Studio if you can. I would appreciate that. So yeah, Mark knows everybody knows the pouches. Yeah, plastic jars are so much better. I agree. So anyway, yeah, I'd love to see, and if you've done other 3D prints as well, I'd love to see that. Share, and I'll try and like repost on my stories and do all that kind of stuff. So always love seeing what you guys come up with your ideas. It's pretty cool. So, and I'm really excited about these 3D prints because, like I said, you guys can do all kinds of stuff with it, and you know, I'm in my shop and just kind of thinking of things that's in my brain, but it's fun when everybody else kind of has their, you know, puts their 2 cents in, and a lot of times you guys take something that I do, like, you know, I'll just do like an example. We did a few different types of things on the stream tonight, right? And a lot of times people will see that and then they'll take it and just run with it and make something even cooler. So I always love seeing what you guys make. But anyway, guys, I hope you have a wonderful evening tonight. So next week, for sure, we're taking off from the live streams. I'm not going to be doing those. I need to get caught up on a few things. So we're going to cancel the live streams next week, but we'll be back in action the following Wednesday, okay? I needed to make sure that we got these prints going this week, so I told you last week it was a little bit kind of tentative, but next week the streams are, so starting Wednesday, the streams are not going to happen next Wednesday and Saturday. However, the next live stream is going to be this Saturday, and I'm going to turn up one of these. I'm going to pick one of them. I'm not sure which one yet, but I'm going to pick one of these guys, and we're going to turn one of them up and see how these prints and all this stuff works, okay? So Saturday, that's going to be at noon Pacific time. We'll turn one of these guys up and make a pen out of it. I can't wait. So anyway, guys, again, have a wonderful evening. Thank you guys for all the support, and I will see you guys all on Saturday.